Welcome back. This is John Locke, and today I'm talking about this article from Spotify, the ideal meta description length in 2021. According to this article, the average length of a meta description that would appear in search results is about 920 pixels width, and on mobile it says 680 pixels on mobile. So the ideal length is somewhere between 120 to 158 characters. When we're talking about the search results, this right here is the title tag, that blue headline, and then the URL is the green part, and then the meta description is down below. This is about how much appears in the normal meta descriptions. Now, I have seen on mobile and sometimes on desktop as well, occasionally you will see meta descriptions that are longer in length than that 158, 160 characters. And occasionally you will see meta descriptions that are 3 or 4 lines long, which is about double that. It's about 320 characters. Now, back in 2017, for about 6 or 8 months or so, they did an experiment where they expanded the length of meta descriptions that they would show to about 320 characters. And that was about double what they were showing in standard meta description results up to that time. Up to that point was about 150 to 160 characters. Basically, the role of a meta description really is you want to get people to click. Now, Google has said that they do not use keywords in the meta description or words in the meta description as part of the ranking algorithm, but it may influence click-through rate, and depending on who you talk to, that might be a factor. Now, Google has said that they don't use click-through rate as a signal because it can be manipulated. For example, you could pay a bunch of different people to click on your result, Google a certain keyword, and then click on your result. And so it's a gameable type of signal that can be manipulated through activity. So not a good signal. That's what they say officially. Now, again, some people you talk to will say that click-through rate is probably something that they use. So let's take a look at a standard search results page and we'll see what actually appears. Now check it out. If you search like social media colors, you'll see that right here. At one point on mobile, I could search this and it would list a whole bunch of different stuff. This would be about twice as long, but you can see that it kind of cuts off. It has the date here, the original published date. It's not the original published date, it's what I changed it to. But it has a certain number of characters here. I'm gonna copy this. So we'll search for I searched for a character count tool. This is what came up. And you can see that it's showing about 148 characters here. That's interesting. So let's go down to this other one. And it seems to count like the date if it's going to show the date as well. That one is about 150 characters. Okay, this one seems to be a little bit longer, but it cuts off about the same point. That one is 161 characters. I don't know if this one has like pixel width or anything like that. I guess not. But you can kind of see that that's about how long most of these descriptions are. Now, like I said, I've seen other meta descriptions that if they're up near the top of the page, like the first result, sometimes it'll be longer. That one's about 158 pixels, or not pixels, but characters. Let's choose one without a date here, if I can select it. Code of colors. Okay. That one is 149. So again, it seems to include the date if it has the structured data for the date, but most of these are coming in at about 160 characters or less, many of them about 148. So that 920 pixels that Google says seems to be correct. This one says 160 characters. Let's try a different one. I'm not going to do anything that I think I'm going to come up for. We'll say Rochester, New York plumber. Okay. So once we get past the ads, you'll also see top result. I'll throw it in here. That's like 116 characters. This one, 153. Okay, so this one's much longer. This is a Yelp result, and you can see that this goes on much longer. This is what I'm saying, like sometimes you'll have the oddball one where it's longer. That one's 317, but it cuts off below the and you can see that this one is 317, but that again, that cuts off at the old thing that they had 3 years ago, where it was 320 characters. And again, here's one on Angie's list. This one seems like it's going to be about that long. That's 278 characters. So that's very interesting, but most of the rest of these, they look like they cut off at about 160 or below. So this 920 pixels seems pretty accurate. Okay, so the meta description length, now that we've established that this is about how many characters you have to work with, what you would want to do is get the main thing that you want to get across in that first 120 or so characters. Front load your meta description, and again, you're enticing people to click on what this result is. The title tag. Now the title tag, I can tell you, keywords in the title tag really do matter. They influence SEO. This is something that still influences SEO to a great degree. What's in the title tag. The meta description, not so much, but what's on the page, that probably has a lot to do with it. But you can look at these, and if you're just searching for a plumber in Rochester, New York, you can see that this one at the top, it's a testimonial from somebody that says they're competitively priced, prompt response, in-house availability, and courteous personnel from this customer. So that might have something to do with people clicking on it, but I'm sure that this site is probably very good, this page. But you can see this other one, Pride Plumbing of Rochester can handle all your plumbing needs. Contact our licensed plumbers now. We always arrive on time and provide high quality work. So it does get cut off, but it says the main message of what they want people to know about their business in that first little bit before it does get cut off. So I think that that is very important to do when you're talking about your meta description. People are just going to kind of scan through stuff, and who knows what entices people to click on different things. But the things that they can really see are the URL, they can see the headline, and they can see the meta description. Those are really the three things that they can see. So whatever you put is these three things. You know, that title tag is very important. Keywords must be in the title tag. If you have keywords in the meta description, they're going to be highlighted, bolded like this. You can see that they're bolded. But you got to tell the story of your business really quickly. Like this one, for example, that's also on page 1. Leon Plumbing offers the best bathroom remodeling contractor in the Rochester, New York area. We also service residential and commercial plumbing and HVAC. So they get the message across before it gets cut off. So these things are important. So again, meta description, you're enticing people to click. Ideal length, below 160 characters. According to this, it's 920 pixels and about 680 pixels on mobile, though occasionally you'll see the oddball one that's longer. Some of them seem to be shorter. And according to this, Bing and Yahoo, they cut off the description at 980 pixels. That's a little bit longer. So there you go. All right, my name is John Locke. My business is Lockdown Design and SEO. You can see right here. This is my YouTube channel. I have a robust number of subscribers, but I would love to see you subscribe. This is my website right here. And like I said, you can find out more about what I do here, but I post quite often here. Also blog on this site, but you can come and check it out. And I would encourage you to subscribe and thumb up. And until next time, peace.